Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Ethereum is doing something special. We are beginning to trade above this important red zone just here, this previous massive range of resistance, but at the moment we are not getting the volume to back up this move. So in just a moment, I will be covering my next Ethereum price targets and some important patterns in the chart that are forming right now. But just before we jump into it, if you could just quickly leave a like on the video down below, and if you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one. Honestly, that means a lot to me and it helps out the channel so much. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And yeah, as you can see just here, as I just mentioned, we are beginning to trade above this red zone, which obviously in the short term, if you're looking at the price alone, is a bullish thing for Ethereum. But we cannot simply look at the price alone. We have to pay attention to some other indicators here because, for example, the volume is not backing up this move at all. The volume is rapidly depleting to the downside, which is actually a reason to be skeptical of the current price action. As I always mention in these videos, the lower the volume, the easier it is to manipulate the price of something. And now the RSI just here is looking good on the 4-hour time frame, but when you're zooming into the 2-hour time frame, as you can see just here, it is pretty much consolidating sideways while the price is continuing to the upside. So we do have a bit of a divergence. Now, this isn't a very strong bearish divergence because obviously a strong bearish divergence is when we're actually seeing higher highs in the price and lower highs in the RSI. But considering the fact that the RSI is remaining at those high levels just there and consolidating sideways, that is still a form of bearish divergence, but it is not the strongest form of bearish divergence. So what I expect out of this is basically a bit of a consolidation in around the current prices in the short term until we see another spike in the volume. And honestly, when we do see another spike in volume, which will happen eventually, that spike in volume will honestly be likely paired with another volatile move for Ethereum just in the short term. So while the volume is still at these very low levels right now, for those of you trying to trade the Ethereum price, especially for those of you using leverage trades, definitely be very careful on this really low volume because we can get these dangerous wicks to the upside and to the downside that can actually liquidate your position if you're in a long position or a short position, especially for those of you on leverage once again. So that's why I always recommend for the beginners out there, the best strategy for the beginners is simply just to dollar cost average into the market and hold for the longer term. That is one of the safest strategies in crypto if you're wanting to invest in crypto. Now on the 2-hour time frame, we do have this potential rising wedge pattern forming for Ethereum, but it honestly is not really a perfect rising wedge pattern because you could actually draw this a couple of different ways. For example, if I was just connecting the main wicks just here, it isn't really a rising wedge at all. It's more of an ascending channel. And then if I'm deciding to actually just connect the candle bodies right here, as you can see, that's still kind of an ascending channel. So it only really becomes a rising wedge if you actually apply a bit of a bearish bias, but obviously on this channel, we do not use biases. So even though this could play out as one, and if it does, if we do break this level, technically speaking, the price target would be coming in at around 1930 approximately. Honestly, I would not hold much weight to this pattern just here on the smaller time frame. If anything, the main cause of potential downside price action just here is the lack in volume and the potential bearish divergence that we're seeing on the lower time frames. But once again, because we are only on the lower time frames, because this is only the 2-hour time frame, anything that happens on this chart just here does not last very long. This is only talking about the short term. When we're looking in the slightly longer term, talking about the daily time frame just here, things actually are starting to look really bullish for Ethereum. Now, of course, this is not confirmed just yet, but right now we are forming a massive W pattern on the daily Ethereum time frame. As you can see just here, that is a perfect double bottom pattern. And all we need for the Ethereum price to confirm this pattern is simply for the price to continue to the upside and actually break above this level just here, which is, by the way, at around 2.4K, around $2,500 US. If we can start breaking above $2,500 US for Ethereum, then that there will confirm this massive W pattern, which, by the way, a double bottom pattern, as the name suggests, is obviously a bullish pattern, and it's actually a sign of a major trend reversal. Now, talking about the actual price target for this pattern, if we can break above $2,500 US first, that is the point of resistance that I will be paying attention to for this pattern just here. So once again, if we can see a confirmed break above that level, then the actual price target out of that potential breakout just here is actually coming in at around 3.1K, $3,100 US. And from the point of the breakout just there to the price target, that is around a 30% pump for Ethereum after we actually see the breakout just there. And from the current prices to that price target, that is around a 50% pump in the Ethereum price. But once again, that price target does not come into play until we can see a confirmed break above $2,500 US. And what I mean by a confirmed break above that level for the new viewers on the channel, basically if we can either get a nice spike in volume or a surge in volume as we're breaking above that level, or if we can get a retest of that level like that, then if either of those actually play out on the chart, they can act as a confirmation of the breakout to the upside. But keep in mind as well, we do actually have a bit of short-term resistance at around this price range just here, as we have previously actually confirmed as resistance. That's coming in at around 2.9K. So that's a little bit before that price target just there. Now, talking about the potential bearish scenario, if we cannot see a break above that important level just there, and if we actually see another rejection along this yellow line just here, that could actually potentially set up the Ethereum price for this descending triangle pattern. And by the way, this yellow line right now is coming in at around 2,150, give or take, as our next potential point of resistance for Ethereum to the upside. So for the bulls out there, it is really important that we can start breaking above, especially $2,500 US. If we can break above that level just there, that is really bullish for Ethereum. But while we are still below that level, and more importantly, while we are still below this yellow line just here, we cannot flip overly bullish just yet, because even if we have experienced a bit of bullish price action in the last couple of days just here in the short term, that is still below these important levels that we need to break above for the bulls to really take control of this new uptrend. Until then, until we actually see a break above those sort of levels, we are still actually forming lower highs on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the daily time frame. As you can see just here, we have not actually confirmed a major new uptrend. And of course, if we get a major rejection along that level just there, along that yellow line, once again, I would actually expect the Ethereum price to make its way down towards around 1,800, give or take. So yeah, those are the important levels that I am paying attention to for Ethereum and my next price targets moving forward, depending on whether we break these levels or get another rejection along these levels. Now, quickly checking out the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart just here, as you can see, we have experienced some bullish price action just in the immediate short term over the past couple of days. And I did actually cover on the channel a couple of days ago now that it was actually likely for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart to have a bit of bullish price action to come into play due to the fact that the overall crypto market has a decent bounce to the upside, because as I've been mentioning in these videos, if the overall crypto market is bullish, Ethereum generally speaking outperforms Bitcoin. But when the overall market is bearish, that's when we see these major pullbacks for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So if the overall crypto market basically goes on from here and enters a major recovery to the upside, then I would actually flip bullish again for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And right now we are getting closer to this important level of resistance right here that is coming in at around 0.0656 Bitcoin per Ethereum, which is not that far above the current values right now. And as I mentioned in my last couple of videos, if we do actually break above that important level of resistance just there with confirmation, we need to see strong confirmation if we're breaking above that level. But yeah, if we break above that level, I will actually be moving a bit of my Bitcoin back into Ethereum, because at that stage just there, it would actually be likely for Ethereum to continue to the upside, especially if we break above this high just here. And of course, if you're on the channel around 2 weeks ago, I did actually move a bit of my Ethereum back into Bitcoin right at that peak just there, because I was basically expecting a bit of downside price action to come into play in the short term here. And so even if I move that Bitcoin back into Ethereum right here, that is still actually at a profit, as you can see just here, because once again, I moved Ethereum into Bitcoin right there, and then the Ethereum to Bitcoin price head to the downside. And then so if I move that Bitcoin back into Ethereum, I will actually have more Ethereum than what I started with, just by making that simple trade right there. But once again, these sort of moves, these sort of trades should only be left for the more experienced investors out there. I don't actually really recommend trading Bitcoin and Ethereum like that for the complete beginners. But yeah, anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was just a quick Ethereum update to get you guys my important levels and price targets that I am watching right now. And if you enjoyed this update, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you appreciate these updates every single day here on the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one. And also share these videos around with your friends, because right now we are actually in the middle of a major opportunity in the overall crypto market. Prices are still at a huge discount from their all-time highs, and this is the time in the market that is most important to stay active. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.